Are you ready to tap into the limitless potential of the universe? Do you ever feel like your desires are just out of reach, leaving you wondering how to bridge the gap? What if you could learn to communicate with the universe and align your energy to manifest your dreams? In How the Universe Talks to You, you'll uncover the secrets to setting intentions, recognizing the signs around you, and taking inspired action. Join us as we journey through each chapter, exploring powerful insights that will help you embrace abundance, trust the process, and transform your life. Are you prepared to unlock the universe's guidance and make your dreams a reality? Chapter 1: The Power of Thought. Imagine for a moment a river flowing through a landscape. This river starts as a small stream, gathering rain, cutting its way through rock, soil, and sand as it finds its path. Over time, it shapes the land, carving deep valleys, redirecting earth, leaving its mark with each passing year. In many ways, our thoughts are like that river. They start small, often unnoticed, just to trickle in the vast terrain of our minds. But over time, as these thoughts gather strength and momentum, they shape the landscape of our lives, carving pathways, redirecting us, and determining the contours of our experience. This quiet, often invisible power holds the potential to shape who we become. Every thought we have carries a kind of energy, a momentum that ripples through our mind and body. If you've ever had a sleepless night, you know the power a single thought can hold. It loops, lingers, echoes, and before you know it, hours have passed, all because of a single notion that refuses to let go. Now think about the sheer volume of thoughts that pass through your mind on an average day. Studies suggest that we have tens of thousands of thoughts daily. Some are fleeting, like clouds passing across the sky, while others are persistent, shaping our beliefs, emotions, and choices. Consider this. When you look at your life right now, your relationships, career, sense of self-worth, how much of it has been shaped by the way you think? Have your thoughts led you to moments of success, joy, and fulfillment? Or do they sometimes seem to hold you back like invisible weights? The fascinating truth is that much of our experience is not purely the result of external circumstances, but a reflection of our inner narrative. This inner narrative, the voice in our mind that comments, criticizes, encourages, and directs, plays a central role in crafting our reality. Let's pause and reflect on a small, everyday example. Think about the last time you were waiting in line. Maybe it was a grocery store, a cafe, or waiting for an appointment. Now picture two different scenarios in that same setting. In the first, you find yourself irritated. Maybe someone cuts in front, or the line is taking longer than expected. Your mind starts to spiral, frustration building with each passing second. Your thoughts become more agitated. Why is this taking so long? Don't they know I have things to do? In this version, by the time you leave, you're drained, carrying the residue of frustration with you into the next part of your day. Now picture a different scenario, same line, same situation. But this time, your thoughts take a different path. You take a deep breath, noticing the sights and sounds around you. Maybe you observe the barista working hard behind the counter, or you think about something you're grateful for in that moment. You may even let your mind wander to a memory or a dream, something that brings you joy. By the time you leave, your energy is lighter, your mood elevated, and you carry a sense of peace forward. What changed? The situation remained exactly the same, but the shift in thoughts made all the difference. This is the power of thought, a force that, when directed consciously, can elevate our lives in countless ways. Thoughts are like seeds we plant in the fertile soil of our minds. Over time, these seeds grow into beliefs, habits, and ultimately the reality we inhabit. When we plant seeds of doubt, fear, and negativity, those seeds grow, manifesting as self-limiting beliefs that can hold us back from our true potential. On the other hand, when we plant seeds of confidence, gratitude, and possibility, we begin to see a different landscape unfold before us, one filled with opportunity and growth. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to have an unshakable sense of confidence and resilience, while others struggle to find stability? It often comes down to the stories they tell themselves, the thoughts they nurture day in and day out. Imagine someone who believes deeply and without question that they are capable of achieving their goals. This belief didn't just appear overnight. It was cultivated, built through a series of thoughts that were reinforced over time. Every day, this person chooses to focus on thoughts that empower them, that remind them of their strengths and abilities, until, eventually, this thought pattern becomes second nature. But what if right now your thoughts are less than supportive? What if your mind often drifts toward doubt, worry, or self-criticism? The beauty of the mind is its plasticity, its ability to adapt, change, and grow. Just as a gardener can pull out weeds and plant new flowers, we too can weed out the thoughts that hold us back and nurture those that propel us forward. To start this journey, it's helpful to first observe our thoughts, not to judge them or try to change them right away, but simply to notice. Imagine you're sitting beside a stream, watching leaves float by. Each leaf represents a thought. Some may be positive, some negative, some neutral. Allow yourself to observe them without attaching too much meaning, as though you're an outside observer. This simple practice can be a powerful step toward awareness, helping you identify patterns and recognize which thoughts are serving you and which are not. As you become more aware of your thoughts, ask yourself, if these thoughts were building a home for me, what kind of home would it be? Would it be a space of comfort, warmth, and support, or a place of chaos, tension, and discomfort? Our thoughts are, in many ways, the architects of our inner environment. The more intentionally we choose them, the more we can create a life aligned with our truest desires and values. What kind of life would you build if you knew your thoughts were the foundation? What would you dream of achieving if you believed wholeheartedly that your mind was your most powerful ally? Imagine the possibilities and know that this journey is about nurturing that vision, one thought at a time. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and activate notifications to receive more self-improvement tips that will supercharge your growth, and make sure to give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. It really helps our channel to grow. Thank you for your support. Chapter 2. Understanding the mind's inner workings. Imagine your mind as a vast library, filled with shelves upon shelves of books, each one representing a belief, memory, or idea that has become part of you over the years. Some of these books you've read countless times, their pages well worn, familiar narratives that you turn to without even realizing it. Others lie dusty, neglected, almost forgotten, but still part of the collection. Every time you revisit a particular book, a belief, a thought, you add to its impact, reinforcing the story it tells. This inner library, though invisible, shapes everything you do, coloring your world with its interpretations, assumptions, and expectations. Now let's go deeper into what this means. Every belief we hold is like a lens through which we see the world. For example, think about the belief that life is hard. For someone who holds this belief, every challenge, every setback, every tough moment feels like evidence that reinforces it. They expect life to be difficult, so they see difficulty everywhere they look. On the other hand, someone who believes life is full of opportunities sees the world differently. They look for chances to grow, to learn, to connect. The same situation could happen to both people, but they'd interpret it in entirely different ways based on the beliefs they carry with them. Think about the beliefs that live within your own mind. Many of them may have been formed in childhood, shaped by parents, teachers, friends, or even random experiences. Sometimes these beliefs are positive and supportive, like, I am capable, I am loved, or I can overcome challenges. Other times we inherit beliefs that are less helpful, perhaps ones like, I'm not good enough, I don't deserve happiness, or the world is a dangerous place. These beliefs, though they may feel deeply embedded, are not permanent. They're merely perspectives we've held on to for so long that they feel like reality. Imagine the potential for change if you could reshape these beliefs, if you could choose new books for your inner library, ones that support a life filled with purpose, resilience, and joy. But before we can do that, we have to understand how beliefs are formed and how they become so powerful. Beliefs are not just random thoughts, they're thoughts that have been repeated, reinforced, and accepted over time. When we think a thought often enough, it becomes familiar, comfortable even, and our mind begins to treat it as truth. This is why beliefs are so powerful. They shape our perceptions, guide our actions, and ultimately influence the outcomes we experience. Let's go through an example to see how this works. Imagine you're trying to learn a new skill, like playing a musical instrument. At first, it's awkward. Your fingers fumble, you hit the wrong notes, and frustration bubbles up. Now suppose you carry a belief that says, I'm not good at learning new things. This belief colors every attempt, every mistake, reinforcing the idea that you're just not cut out for this. But what if you approach this experience with a different belief? What if, instead, you thought, learning takes time and mistakes are part of the process? Suddenly the mistakes feel less personal. They become steps in the journey rather than evidence of failure. In this way, our beliefs act as filters, sifting through every experience, attaching meaning to it, and then placing it in our memory. Over time, these filtered experiences build upon each other, creating a version of reality that seems solid, unchanging. But in truth, it's a reality constructed by the mind, shaped by the beliefs we hold. Imagine how freeing it would be to realize that this reality is not fixed, that by changing the beliefs we carry, we can change the way we experience the world. One of the most effective ways to understand your beliefs is to start by observing your thoughts in everyday situations. Pay attention to moments when you feel a strong emotion, joy, frustration, anger, or even anxiety. In those moments, ask yourself, what belief is driving this feeling? For instance, if you feel frustrated in traffic, perhaps there's a belief that says, I shouldn't have to wait. If you feel anxious before a presentation, maybe there's a belief that says, I need to be perfect to be valued. By becoming aware of these underlying beliefs, we can begin to see how they influence our reactions. Sometimes the beliefs we uncover might surprise us. They might be beliefs we didn't even realize we held, shaped by moments long past but still echoing in our minds. This process of awareness is the first step in transformation. When we see our beliefs clearly, we can start to question them, to ask ourselves whether they serve us or hold us back. Think of it like clearing out your inner library, dusting off each book, and deciding whether it still belongs on the shelf. Imagine what it would feel like to replace a limiting belief with one that empowers you. Instead of, I'm not good enough, what if your mind whispered, I am capable of growth? Instead of, I don't deserve success, imagine hearing, I am worthy of every opportunity. At first, these new beliefs might feel strange, like trying on new clothes, but with time, as you repeat them, reinforce them, and begin to accept them, they can become just as familiar as the old ones, guiding you toward a different experience of life. This is not a quick process, nor is it always easy. Beliefs, especially those formed in childhood, can feel deeply rooted. They may come up again and again, challenging you to confront them, to question them. But every time you choose to replace a limiting belief with a positive one, you're taking a step toward a life that feels more aligned with who you truly are. Each small shift, each new thought is like a ripple in the pond, gradually changing the way you see yourself and the world around you. So, as you go about your day, begin to notice the thoughts that arise, the beliefs that color your interactions. Ask yourself, does this belief serve me or does it limit me? If it limits you, start to gently introduce a new belief, one that feels supportive, empowering, and true. Picture yourself as the curator of your inner library, carefully selecting the beliefs that will guide your future. In time, as these new beliefs take root, you may find yourself experiencing life in a whole new way, one that feels expansive, limitless, and full of possibility. Chapter 3. Shifting Perspective, from Limitation to Possibility. Imagine a well-worn path, one you've walked countless times before. The grass is trampled down, the earth packed hard beneath your feet, and the way forward is clear. This path is familiar, predictable, and safe. You know where it leads. Now imagine a forest surrounding that path, filled with unknowns and unexplored terrain. Stepping off the path feels uncertain, maybe even intimidating, but somewhere beyond the trees lies a world of possibility. Our thoughts, much like these paths, tend to follow familiar routes. We settle into patterns of thinking that feel comfortable, even if they limit us, because they're what we know. But transformation often requires stepping off that well-worn trail, venturing into the unknown and choosing a new way of thinking, one that opens doors to possibility rather than closing them. To understand the power of shifting perspective, let's consider an everyday situation. Imagine you're at work and a project you've been working on receives criticism. Instantly, familiar thoughts may start to rise. I'm not good enough. I'll never succeed. Why do I even try? These thoughts, ingrained through years of self-doubt, carve a predictable path that leads to frustration, disappointment, or even shame. But what if instead you saw this situation through a different lens? What if you saw the criticism as feedback, a stepping stone to refine your skills rather than a judgment of your worth? By shifting perspective, the experience changes entirely. What once felt like a dead end now becomes an opportunity for growth. This process of shifting perspective, of stepping off the path of limitation and into possibility, requires awareness and courage. Our minds often cling to the familiar because it feels safe, even when it doesn't serve us. We hold on to beliefs and interpretations because they fit within the narrative we've constructed about ourselves. For many of us, that narrative includes self-imposed limitations. I'm not creative. I don't have what it takes. I'm too old to change. These thoughts act like fences around our lives, defining what we believe is possible. But what if those fences were illusions, built from repeated thoughts rather than actual truths? Imagine how expansive life could feel if those limitations simply dissolved. Consider this. Every time you face a challenge, you have a choice in how you perceive it. Do you see it as a roadblock or as an invitation to grow? This choice of perspective is powerful because it influences not only how you feel about the situation, but also how you respond to it. Imagine someone who sees setbacks as failures. Every time something doesn't go as planned, they feel defeated, as though life is working against them. Now imagine someone else who views setbacks as part of the journey, as opportunities to learn and become stronger. They face the same challenges, but their perspective fuels resilience, allowing them to bounce back and keep moving forward. This subtle shift in perspective can have a profound impact on the course of a life. Reflect on your own life for a moment. Are there areas where you feel stuck, held back by invisible barriers? These barriers might be built on perspectives you adopted long ago, perspectives that no longer serve you. Perhaps it's a belief that you're not talented enough, not worthy of success, or that happiness is reserved for others. Now consider what it would feel like to let go of these limitations, to view yourself through a lens of potential and possibility. Imagine each of those barriers dissolving, leaving space for new experiences, new achievements, and new joys to flow in. One powerful way to begin shifting perspective is to ask yourself empowering questions. Rather than asking, "Why am I not good enough?" try asking, "What strengths do I bring to this situation?" Instead of wondering, "What if I fail?" consider asking, "What can I learn from this experience?" These questions act as gentle nudges, guiding your mind off the path of limitation and toward one of growth and openness. Each question opens a new door, inviting you to explore parts of yourself that may have been hidden beneath layers of self-doubt and fear. This process, however, is not always easy. Sometimes the mind resists change, clinging to familiar patterns because they feel safe. You might find yourself pulled back to old ways of thinking, especially in moments of stress or uncertainty. But remember, shifting perspective is not about forcing positivity or pretending challenges don't exist. It's about choosing to see challenges as part of the journey, as opportunities to grow rather than reasons to give up. Each time you consciously choose a perspective that empowers you, you strengthen your ability to see life from a place of possibility rather than limitation. Imagine a bird trapped in a cage. For years, it's lived within those bars, accepting that space as the entirety of its world. Now imagine that one day the cage door swings open. The bird hesitates, unsure, perhaps even afraid. The open sky is vast, unfamiliar, and the ground below seems far. But the door is open, and with a single choice, the bird could experience a freedom it has only dreamed of. This is the power of shifting perspective, of realizing that the cage was only ever a construct of the mind, and that beyond it lies an open sky waiting to be explored. Now think about a challenge you're currently facing, something that feels difficult, maybe even overwhelming. Take a moment to imagine what it would look like through a different perspective. Instead of seeing it as an obstacle, what if you saw it as a lesson, a teacher guiding you toward growth? How would that perspective change the way you feel about it? How might it influence the actions you take? The beauty of shifting perspective is that it doesn't require the external situation to change. Often, the circumstances remain exactly the same, but by changing how we see them, we alter our experience entirely. Life may present the same obstacles, the same uncertainties, but we navigate them differently, moving through them with resilience, optimism, and a sense of purpose. In this way, shifting perspective allows us to reclaim our power, transforming experiences that once felt limiting into stepping stones that lead us forward. As you continue on this journey, remember that shifting perspective is a practice, one that takes time and patience. Some days you might find it easy to see the world through a lens of possibility. Other days, old habits might pull you back to familiar, limiting thoughts. This is normal, a part of the process. Each time you catch yourself on the path of limitation, gently guide yourself back toward possibility. With each choice, each new perspective, you strengthen your ability to see life in a way that serves your highest potential. So as we move forward, ask yourself, what would my life look like if I believed in possibility instead of limitation? What dreams could I pursue? What goals could I achieve if I saw every challenge as an opportunity for growth? Let these questions linger in your mind, guiding you as you step off the well-worn path and into the vast, unexplored terrain of your own potential. The world is filled with limitless possibilities, waiting for you to see them, to embrace them, and to let them transform your life. Chapter 4. Cultivating Positive Thought Patterns. Picture your mind as a garden, a space filled with countless seeds, each one a thought, a belief, a possibility. Some of these seeds grow into vibrant flowers, filling the space with color, beauty, and life. Others, however, might become weeds, crowding the garden, blocking out the light, and stifling growth. Every day, as you go about your life, you are tending to this garden, consciously or unconsciously, nurturing certain seeds while neglecting others. The question is, what kind of garden are you cultivating? Is it one that lifts you up, brings you peace, and reflects the best of who you are? Or is it a garden tangled with weeds of worry, self-doubt, and fear? Thought patterns, like the plants in a garden, have a way of taking root and growing. The thoughts we repeat become familiar, and with repetition, they begin to feel true, shaping our perception of ourselves and the world. The good news is that just as we can tend to a garden by pulling out weeds and planting new seeds, we can also reshape our minds, cultivating thought patterns that serve and uplift us. This process, though gradual, is transformative. By nurturing positive thought patterns, we create a foundation for a life filled with possibility, resilience, and joy. Imagine waking up in the morning. Before you even open your eyes, your mind begins to stir, sifting through thoughts. Perhaps you feel the weight of yesterday's worries, or maybe a sense of dread about the tasks awaiting you today. Now imagine a different scenario. You wake up, and before any thought takes hold, you choose one of gratitude. You think, I am grateful for this new day, or I am thankful for the opportunities that await me. This single shift, though it may seem small, sets a different tone, a gentle ripple that flows through the rest of your day. Each positive thought nurtures the mind's garden, encouraging growth and resilience. Let's delve into how these patterns are formed. The brain is an extraordinary organ wired to seek efficiency. When we think a particular thought repeatedly, it becomes easier for the brain to think that thought again. Neural pathways form, creating a kind of thought highway that our mind travels down effortlessly. If you've ever found yourself stuck in a loop of negative thoughts, doubt, criticism, fear, you're experiencing the power of these neural pathways. The more you travel these pathways, the easier it becomes to think along those lines. But the same principle applies to positive thoughts. By consciously choosing positive thoughts, we can build new pathways, rewiring the brain to find joy, gratitude, and resilience more naturally. Consider a simple example. Imagine you're working on a challenging project, one that requires focus and determination. As you encounter obstacles, you might feel frustration, a common reaction. The usual thought pattern might be, this is too hard, or I can't do this. But what if instead you chose a different thought? What if you reminded yourself, challenges help me grow, or I am capable of finding solutions? Each time you replace a negative thought with a positive one, you are, in effect, planting a seed in your mind's garden. Over time, these positive seeds take root, creating a pattern of resilience that strengthens your ability to face future challenges. Now, this doesn't mean ignoring difficulties or pretending that life is always easy. Positive thought patterns aren't about denying reality. They're about choosing to see reality in a way that empowers you, finding strength and possibility even in challenging moments. Imagine you're walking through a forest and the path suddenly becomes steep and rocky. You could focus on the difficulty, feeling weighed down by each step, or you could view it as part of the adventure, an opportunity to build strength and stamina. The path remains the same, but your perspective transforms the experience. Reflect on your own life. Are there areas where negative thought patterns have taken root, shaping how you see yourself or the world. Perhaps it's a belief about your abilities, a habit of self-criticism, or a tendency to anticipate the worst. These patterns, while deeply ingrained, are not set in stone. Just as a gardener can pull out weeds, you too can begin to clear away thoughts that no longer serve you. Start by noticing them. When a negative thought arises, rather than reacting to it, simply observe it. Imagine you're watching a leaf floating down a stream. Acknowledge it, but don't hold on to it. Let it pass. As you observe these thoughts, consider introducing new ones that feel supportive, encouraging, and true. You might start small with simple affirmations like, "I am capable," "I am deserving of happiness," or "I am resilient." At first, these thoughts may feel unfamiliar, like seeds planted in dry soil, but with patience and consistency, they begin to take root, gradually reshaping the landscape of your mind. Imagine what your life would look like if positive thought patterns became your default. Think about the sense of calm you'd carry with you, the resilience that would rise up in difficult moments, and the joy that would color your everyday experiences. This transformation is not instant, nor is it linear. There will be days when old thought patterns resurface, tempting you to fall back into familiar ruts. But each time you choose a positive thought, each time you nurture the seeds of gratitude, confidence, and hope, you're making progress. You're creating a garden within your mind, one that reflects the beauty, strength, and potential within you. Consider a tree growing in a forest. Its roots stretch deep into the earth, anchoring it, providing nourishment and stability. Above ground, its branches reach toward the sky, absorbing sunlight, growing stronger with each passing season. In many ways, cultivating positive thought patterns is like growing this tree within ourselves. Our positive thoughts form the roots, grounding us in a mindset of possibility, while our actions and choices, shaped by these thoughts, branch out, creating the life we envision. Ask yourself, what kind of garden do I want to cultivate within my mind? What thoughts do I want to nurture, and which ones am I ready to let go of? Imagine the possibilities, the life you could create by tending carefully to this garden, planting seeds of joy, gratitude, resilience, and love. Let this vision guide you each day as you choose your thoughts with intention, transforming your mind into a place of beauty and growth. As we journey onward, remember that every thought, every small choice is a step toward the life you want to create. You have the power to shape your reality, one thought at a time. And with each new thought, you are nurturing the seeds of transformation, cultivating a life that reflects your truest, most empowered self. Chapter 5. Building a New Identity Through Thought. Imagine standing in front of a mirror, not just seeing your reflection, but looking deeper, seeing past the surface to the person you've become over the years. In that reflection, there's a mosaic of every experience, belief, and thought you've ever had, a collage of all the ways you've defined yourself, both intentionally and unconsciously. Now imagine if you could reach out and shift that reflection, change it to align with the person you truly want to become. This isn't just wishful thinking. Through the power of thought, we can reshape our identity, shedding old labels and limitations, and embracing a self that feels aligned, empowered, and authentic. Building a new identity doesn't mean discarding who you are. It's about uncovering the potential that may have been hidden beneath layers of self-doubt, criticism, or external expectations. Over the years, we gather beliefs about ourselves, many of which come from the voices of others, parents, teachers, friends, or society at large. Sometimes we adopt these beliefs without question, letting them define who we think we are. I'm not artistic, I'm not a leader, I'm too shy, I don't deserve success. Each belief becomes a brick, building walls around our potential, creating a version of ourselves that feels limited. But these walls are not unbreakable. With intention and self-awareness, we can begin to dismantle them brick by brick. Let's consider how these beliefs take hold. Imagine a young child brimming with curiosity and excitement. They try new things, express themselves freely, and don't yet carry the weight of self-judgment. Now imagine that same child told again and again that they're too much or not good enough. Over time, the child begins to internalize these messages, adopting them as part of their identity. These beliefs sink in, becoming the story they tell themselves, a script that guides their actions, choices, and sense of self-worth. By adulthood, these beliefs may feel like undeniable truths, but they're really just stories we've repeated so many times that they feel real. Think about the beliefs you hold about yourself right now. How many of them have you chosen, and how many were given to you by others? Which ones lift you up, and which ones weigh you down? This exercise in self-reflection is the first step toward building a new identity, one that reflects who you truly want to be rather than who you've been told you are. Imagine letting go of the beliefs that no longer serve you. Picture yourself setting them down like a heavy bag you've carried for far too long. Feel the lightness, the freedom, and the openness that comes with that release. One of the most powerful ways to reshape your identity is through the practice of self-compassion. Many of us carry a harsh inner critic, a voice that judges, criticizes, and highlights every flaw or mistake. This voice, though often adopted as a way to protect or improve ourselves, ultimately holds us back. Self-compassion, on the other hand, offers a path forward that is both kind and transformative. Instead of criticizing yourself, imagine speaking to yourself as you would to a dear friend, offering encouragement, understanding, and forgiveness. With each act of self-compassion, you're affirming a new identity, one that embraces growth over perfection, resilience over self-doubt. Building a new identity through thought requires consistency. Our minds naturally gravitate toward familiar patterns, and changing these patterns can feel challenging, especially in the beginning. But just as a musician learns a new piece through practice, or an athlete strengthens a skill through repetition, you too can train your mind to adopt new beliefs and self-perceptions. Start with small, intentional thoughts that affirm the identity you want to cultivate. Instead of "I can't," try "I am learning." Instead of "I'm not enough," try "I am growing." Over time, these small shifts accumulate, creating a foundation for a new sense of self. Imagine, for instance, that you want to become more confident. The old story might be, "I'm not confident, I've never been." But what if you allowed yourself to explore a different story? What if instead you began to tell yourself, "I am becoming more confident every day"? This shift, though it might feel small, plants a new seed in your mind's garden. Each time you repeat it, each time you act on it, you nurture this seed, allowing it to grow, transforming the way you see yourself and the world. Think about someone you admire, someone who embodies qualities you respect. Maybe it's resilience, compassion, creativity, or confidence. This person likely didn't start out fully embodying these qualities. They grew into them, one thought, one action, one choice at a time. Similarly, you have the power to grow into the identity you envision. See yourself as a work in progress, someone who is continually evolving, shedding old layers, and stepping into a truer, more empowered version of yourself. As you build this new identity, you may find that some people or situations in your life resist the change. This is natural. People often expect us to stay the same, to fit neatly into the roles they've grown accustomed to. But remember, this journey is yours alone. You are not defined by the expectations of others. You have the right to grow, to evolve, to become the person you want to be. And while some relationships may change as a result, the relationships that truly support you will adapt, embracing the person you're becoming. Now take a moment to visualize this new identity. Picture yourself embodying the qualities you wish to cultivate. Feel the confidence, the resilience, the kindness, or the strength radiating from within you. Imagine how you'd speak, how you'd carry yourself, how you'd approach challenges. Let this vision sink in, allowing it to guide your thoughts and actions each day. This is not just a fleeting wish, it's a practice, a commitment to becoming the best version of yourself, step by step. This journey of building a new identity is not about perfection. There will be moments when old patterns resurface, times when doubt creeps back in. But with each moment of self-awareness, with each compassionate thought, you're reinforcing the foundation of a new identity. Be patient with yourself, celebrating each small victory, each moment of growth. Remember, you are both the artist and the masterpiece, crafting a life that reflects your true self, one thought, one belief, one action at a time. As we continue on this path, hold on to the knowledge that change is always possible. Your past does not define you, nor do the beliefs others have placed upon you. You are free to create, to transform, and to become the person you aspire to be. This journey is your own, filled with infinite possibilities, and you have the strength, the courage, and the vision to shape it into a life that feels deeply, authentically yours. Embrace the journey, trust the process, and know that every thought you choose is a step closer to the life you truly deserve. Chapter 6. Staying committed to your new mindset. Imagine setting out on a long journey, a path that winds through valleys, forests, and open fields. Along the way, you encounter obstacles, fallen trees, steep climbs, and sudden storms. There are days when the path feels clear and easy, and others when it feels almost impassable. At times, you might question why you began this journey in the first place, or wonder if it would be easier to turn back. But each step forward, each small victory over the obstacles, brings you closer to your destination, closer to becoming the person you envision. In many ways, staying committed to a new mindset is like this journey. It requires patience, resilience, and above all, a dedication to keep going, even when the road is challenging. The process of building a new mindset doesn't happen overnight. Just as it took years for old patterns to form, it takes time to replace them with ones that serve and uplift you. Think about it as a muscle. Each time you choose a thought that aligns with your new mindset, you're strengthening that muscle, making it easier to hold on to even when life gets tough. But like any muscle, this mindset needs regular practice, consistency, and care. Without it, old habits can creep back in, trying to pull you back into familiar, limiting patterns. One of the most powerful tools to help you stay committed is self-awareness. By regularly checking in with yourself, you become aware of when old thought patterns start to resurface. Self-awareness allows you to catch these thoughts before they take root, giving you the power to choose a new thought that aligns with your transformed mindset. Think of self-awareness as a compass, helping you stay on track and navigate back to your path whenever you begin to drift. Imagine a moment when stress or frustration arises. Perhaps it's a conflict at work, an unexpected setback, or a difficult conversation with someone you care about. In these moments, the pull toward old habits might be strong. You might feel the familiar thoughts arising, thoughts that tell you to give up, to retreat, to believe that change isn't possible. But with self-awareness, you can recognize these thoughts as echoes of the past, remnants of a mindset you're leaving behind. Instead of giving in, you can pause, take a breath, and choose a response that aligns with your new mindset. This simple act, repeated over time, strengthens your commitment to your growth and transformation. Building a new mindset also requires patience and kindness toward yourself. There will be days when sticking to this new way of thinking feels natural, almost effortless. But there will also be days when old fears, doubts, and insecurities resurface, tempting you to fall back into familiar patterns. In these moments, it's essential to treat yourself with compassion, to remember that growth is not a straight line but a journey with ups and downs. Think of it as walking through a forest in the early morning fog. Some days the path is clear and easy to follow, but other days the fog is thick, making it hard to see more than a few steps ahead. In those foggy moments, you may not be able to see the end, but each step forward brings you closer. One practice that can help during these challenging moments is reflection. Take time to pause, to think about the progress you've made, the small victories, and the shifts you've experienced along the way. Reflection allows you to see how far you've come, reinforcing your commitment and reminding you of the power within you to continue. You might even consider keeping a journal, a place to record these reflections, the thoughts and actions that bring you closer to your desired mindset. Each entry becomes a testament to your growth, a reminder that you are capable of change, even on the difficult days. Imagine your mind as a field, a place where thoughts, beliefs, and patterns grow. Each time you choose a positive thought, each time you act from a place of growth and possibility, you're planting seeds in that field. At first they might be small, hardly noticeable among the old growth, the weeds of doubt and limitation that have taken root over the years. But with time, as you continue to plant these new seeds, they begin to flourish, transforming the landscape of your mind. The weeds may still be there, but they lose their power, overshadowed by the strength of the new growth, the thoughts that serve you, uplift you, and support the person you are becoming. In this way, staying committed to a new mindset is about nurturing these seeds, even when the weeds threaten to return. It's about choosing to focus on the growth, to water, and nourish the thoughts that align with your vision for yourself. Just as a gardener tends to their plants with care and consistency, you too can tend to your mind, creating an inner environment that reflects the life you wish to live. One of the greatest challenges in this journey is resilience, the ability to keep going when things get tough, to hold on to your vision even when circumstances try to pull you back. Resilience doesn't mean ignoring the difficulties or pretending that challenges don't exist. It means facing those challenges with a belief in your own strength, with the knowledge that you can overcome them. Think about a tree standing firm through a storm. The wind might bend its branches, the rain may batter its leaves, but its roots hold strong, keeping it anchored. In the same way, resilience allows you to stay anchored in your new mindset, even when life gets stormy. As you face challenges, remember that each one is an opportunity to reinforce your new mindset. Instead of seeing setbacks as failures, try to view them as chances to practice resilience, to prove to yourself that you can stay committed even when it's difficult. Each time you choose to keep going, each time you face a challenge with a mindset of growth and possibility, you're strengthening your commitment, making it easier to stay on this path in the future. And finally, remember to celebrate the journey. Transformation is not just about reaching a destination, it's about embracing each step along the way. Take time to acknowledge the progress you've made, to celebrate the small victories, and to honor the effort you're putting into becoming the best version of yourself. These moments of celebration reinforce your commitment, reminding you that the journey is worth it, that every step, every thought, every choice brings you closer to a life that feels true, authentic, and fulfilling. As we conclude this journey together, hold on to the knowledge that you have the power to shape your life, to create a reality that reflects your deepest values and aspirations. This journey of transforming your mindset is an ongoing one, a commitment you make each day with each thought and action. Know that you are capable of growth, that you are worthy of happiness, and that the life you envision is within your reach. So, take a deep breath, look forward with confidence, and continue to walk this path with courage, resilience, and an unwavering belief in your own potential. Every thought you choose, every step you take, brings you closer to the life you truly deserve. Embrace the journey, trust in your strength, and know that you are becoming the person you were always meant to be. Chapter 9. Taking Inspired Action. As we draw closer to the heart of our journey in manifesting desires, we arrive at a crucial component: taking inspired action. While intentions and affirmations are essential in setting the stage for manifestation, it is through action that we begin to bring our dreams to life. This chapter explores the significance of aligning our actions with our intentions, how to recognize when to take action, and the courage it takes to step forward into the unknown. Inspired action is not about forcing ourselves into relentless activity. Rather, it's about following the nudges and intuitions that arise when we are aligned with our desires. Think of inspired action as a natural flow where each step feels effortless and in harmony with our inner selves. It often arises after we have set our intentions and expressed our gratitude, creating a dynamic interplay between our desires and the universe's guidance. To begin taking inspired action, start by tuning into your intuition. This requires cultivating a deep sense of self-awareness and listening to the whispers of your inner voice. When an idea or opportunity presents itself, pay attention to how it makes you feel. Does it excite you? Does it resonate with your values and desires? If so, this is a strong indication that it may be an inspired action worth pursuing. One effective way to encourage inspired action is to create a list of potential next steps related to your intentions. As you reflect on your desires, brainstorm actionable steps you could take to move closer to achieving them. These could range from small daily habits to larger commitments, depending on the nature of your goals. As you compile this list, focus on what feels aligned and energizing to you. Once you have identified these steps, prioritize them based on what feels most urgent or exciting. Trust your instincts. The actions that resonate most strongly are often the ones that lead to significant breakthroughs. As you take these steps, maintain an attitude of openness and curiosity. Each action you take is a valuable experience that brings you closer to your desired reality. It's important to understand that not all actions will yield immediate results. The process of manifestation is often non-linear, and it may take time for your efforts to bear fruit. However, every action you take is a step toward building momentum. Celebrate the small wins along the way, recognizing that each action contributes to the larger picture of your journey. Along with inspired action, it's crucial to remain flexible and adaptable. Life is inherently unpredictable, and sometimes the universe may present opportunities that differ from what we initially envisioned. When faced with unexpected changes, resist the urge to cling tightly to your original plans. Instead, trust that these new possibilities may lead you to even greater outcomes. Embrace the flow of life and allow yourself to pivot as needed. Moreover, be prepared to face challenges or obstacles along the way. Taking action can stir up fear and self-doubt, causing us to question our abilities or the validity of our desires. In these moments, it's essential to return to your beliefs and affirmations. Remind yourself of your worthiness and the clarity of your intentions. Understand that setbacks are a natural part of the journey and do not define your ability to succeed. Another powerful aspect of taking inspired action is to cultivate a sense of accountability. Share your intentions with supportive friends, family members, or mentors who can encourage and motivate you. When we vocalize our desires and intentions, we invite others into our journey, creating a network of support that can help propel us forward. This accountability can be incredibly motivating, providing a sense of encouragement as you take steps toward your goals. As you embark on this journey of inspired action, take note of the signs and synchronicities that arise along the way. The universe often provides guidance and affirmation as you move forward. Perhaps you encounter a mentor who offers valuable advice, or you stumble upon a resource that aligns perfectly with your goals. Recognize these moments as gifts from the universe, affirming that you are on the right path. Remember that inspired action is not solely about the destination, it's also about enjoying the process. Allow yourself to immerse in the experiences that come with taking action. Each step forward brings new insights, lessons, and connections that enrich your journey. Embrace the adventure and trust that the universe is guiding you toward your desires, even if the path looks different than you initially imagined. As we approach the final chapters of our exploration into manifesting desires, we will discuss the importance of maintaining an abundance mindset and how to continue cultivating trust in the universe. But for now, take a moment to reflect on your own journey. What inspired actions have you taken recently? Are there additional steps you feel drawn to pursue? Taking inspired action is a vital component of bringing your desires to life. By tuning into your intuition and following the nudges that arise, you can create a powerful momentum that propels you toward your goals. Trust in the process and remain open to the opportunities that come your way. As you take each step with intention and purpose, you will find that the universe responds in kind, opening doors to the life you envision. Embrace the power of action and watch as your dreams begin to unfold before you, one inspired step at a time. Chapter 10. Embracing Abundance and Living with an Open Mind. As we reach the final chapter of our journey into manifesting our desires, we arrive at a powerful concept: embracing abundance and living with an open mind. This chapter is about recognizing that the universe is a boundless source of possibilities and learning to cultivate an abundance mindset. By adopting this perspective, we enhance our ability to attract what we want and navigate life with confidence and positivity. Abundance is a state of mind that reflects our beliefs about the world and our place within it. When we embrace abundance, we acknowledge that there is more than enough to go around, more opportunities, resources, love, and success. This perspective stands in stark contrast to a scarcity mindset, which operates under the belief that there is not enough for everyone. A scarcity mindset breeds fear, competition, and limitation, while an abundance mindset opens the door to possibilities, collaboration, and growth. To cultivate an abundance mindset, begin by examining your beliefs about yourself and the world. Do you believe that your desires are attainable? Are you open to receiving the good that life has to offer? Often, our upbringing and experiences shape our beliefs about abundance. Reflect on any limiting beliefs that may be holding you back from fully embracing abundance. Challenge these beliefs and replace them with affirmations that reinforce your worthiness and potential. For example, instead of thinking, "I'll never have enough money," try affirming, "I am capable of attracting financial abundance into my life." Gratitude plays a vital role in fostering an abundance mindset. By regularly acknowledging the blessings in your life, you shift your focus from what is lacking to what is present. Make it a daily practice to reflect on 3 things you are grateful for, celebrating even the smallest joys. This practice not only enhances your awareness of abundance, but also reinforces a positive attitude that aligns with the energy of the universe. Another effective way to embrace abundance is to adopt a mindset of generosity. When we give freely, whether through time, resources, or kindness, we create a flow of abundance in our lives. Generosity signals to the universe that we believe in the infinite nature of abundance, and it opens us up to receiving even more in return. Look for opportunities to support others in their journeys, whether by sharing knowledge, volunteering, or simply offering a listening ear. This spirit of giving not only enriches the lives of others, but also cultivates a deeper sense of fulfillment within ourselves. As you cultivate an abundance mindset, it's essential to remain open to new possibilities. Life is full of surprises, and the universe often presents us with opportunities that we may not have anticipated. This requires a willingness to step outside our comfort zones and embrace the unknown. When you find yourself facing new experiences or choices, approach them with curiosity rather than fear. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this situation? How can this opportunity contribute to my growth? This mindset allows you to see challenges as potential stepping stones on your journey. Living with an open mind also involves letting go of rigid expectations. While it's important to set intentions and goals, it's equally crucial to remain flexible in how those desires may manifest. The universe may have a different plan for you, one that exceeds your wildest dreams. By releasing the need to control the specifics of your outcomes, you create space for new and unexpected opportunities to emerge. Trust that the universe knows what is best for you and be willing to adapt as needed. As you navigate life with an abundance mindset, remember to surround yourself with positivity and inspiration. Engage with people who uplift and encourage you, and consume content that nourishes your spirit. This supportive environment will help reinforce your beliefs about abundance and create a nurturing atmosphere for your dreams to flourish. Additionally, practice mindfulness to remain grounded in the present moment. When we become preoccupied with worries about the future or regrets about the past, we miss the abundance that is available to us right now. Mindfulness encourages us to appreciate the richness of each moment, fostering a deeper connection to our experiences and the world around us. Incorporate mindfulness practices into your daily routine, whether through meditation, deep breathing, or simply taking a walk in nature, and observe how this shift in awareness enhances your sense of abundance. As you embrace abundance and maintain an open mind, take time to celebrate your journey, reflect on the growth you've experienced, the lessons you've learned, and the dreams you've manifested. Each step along the way is a testament to your ability to co-create with the universe. Acknowledge your achievements, no matter how small, and express gratitude for the progress you've made. This practice not only reinforces your connection to abundance, but also inspires you to continue pursuing your dreams. As we conclude our exploration of manifesting desires, remember that you hold the power to create the life you envision. By embracing abundance, letting go of limiting beliefs, and taking inspired action, you can align yourself with the universe's limitless possibilities. Trust in your ability to navigate the journey ahead and remain open to the signs and opportunities that arise. You are worthy of all the good that life has to offer, and the universe is here to support you on your path. Embrace the abundance that surrounds you and allow it to flow freely into your life. As you continue on this journey, remember that every thought you think, every intention you set, and every action you take contributes to the beautiful tapestry of your existence. Live boldly, dream fearlessly, and trust that the universe is conspiring in your favor. The life you desire is within your reach, waiting for you to step into your power and embrace all that is possible.